In the 1850s, tensions between the United States government and the southern states became strained. Although one country, many in the southern states, especially those of wealth and power, believed in strong states' rights and a plantation system based on slavery which ran the economy. This was threatened, they felt, with the election of Abraham Lincoln in 1860, representing a government and citizens in the North who were opposed to the valued Southern way of life. Southern states began to secede in December 1860, seizing government arsenals throughout the South, and by 1861 had begun to form their own central government. The Civil War began after Fort Sumter in Charleston, South Carolina was fired upon by the seceding Confederate States in April 1861. President Lincoln called for volunteer troops to put down the rebellion. This action by Lincoln caused several other southern states to secede, which plunged America into the Civil War. October 1861 marked the 6th month of America's Civil War. Since the beginning of hostilities in April, few decisive military actions had been fought between the armies of the two warring governments. A few large battles had been fought, most notably First Manassas in Virginia, but the war was a long way from being decided, and the soldiers of both armies were just beginning to realize this. In late October 1861, in northern Virginia, most of a Confederate army under General Joseph Johnston was encamped, while not far away, Union General George McClellan's Army of the Potomac was taking shape in Maryland and Washington, D.C. One Confederate brigade, though, under Brigadier General Nathan Evans, lay dangerously exposed at Leesburg, Virginia, having not yet joined the rest of General Johnston's army. Aware of Evans' predicament, on October 19th, General McClellan set in motion a plan to drive Evans out of Leesburg. He directed General Charles Stone to find out the size of the enemy force and send patrols across the Potomac at Ball's Bluff. Ball's Bluff, rising 100 feet above the Potomac River, was located less than 3 miles northeast of Leesburg. Lying below the bluffs lay Harrison's Island, a small strip of land that divided the Potomac into 2 channels. From here, Stone would launch his mission. After midnight, October 21st, General Stone's plan began to unfold when 4 companies from the 15th Massachusetts Infantry crossed the Potomac and landed at Ball's Bluff. At about 4 a.m., these troops were joined by 2 other federal companies from the 20th Massachusetts, one commanded by a 21-year-old captain named William Francis Bartlett. This is his story.